If we are asked to calculate the volume or surface area of spheres or cones in a GCSE exam, the formulas are given to us. So this question says a sphere has a radius of 5 centimeters, and we're going to calculate the volume and the surface area. And we've got the formulas here. So the volume of a sphere is 4/3 times pi r cubed. So we're just going to substitute in 5 for r. So volume in this example is 4/3 times pi times 5 cubed. So we've changed r into 5, and we can type this into the calculator exactly how it looks. So we can write 4/3 pi, then a bracket, 5 cubed. So 4/3 pi times 5 cubed, press equals, and we've got 500 over 3 pi, or as a decimal, we've got 523.598, and so on. So we can give our answer as 500 over 3 pi and it's in volume. We measure volume in cubes, so centimeters cubed. Find the surface area. Again, we've got a formula for the surface area. So the surface area is going to be 4 pi times the radius, which is 5, squared. So we can type that into the calculator, 4 pi times the radius squared, and that is 100 pi, or 314.159, and so on. So 100 pi, and it's an area. We measure area in squares, so centimeters squared. Okay, one for you to try, so give this a go. This time we've got a radius of 8 centimeters. So to find the volume, it's going to be 4/3 pi times 8 cubed. And we just type that into the calculator, 4/3 pi times 8 cubed. And we've got 2048 over 3 pi, or as a decimal, 2144.66 centimeters cubed. So 2048 over 3 pi centimeters cubed. For the surface area, it's 4 pi times 8 squared. 4 pi times 8 squared, 256 pi. So 256 pi centimeters squared, because it's area. And here we've got cones. Again, if we are asked to find the volume or the surface area of a cone in a GCSE exam, we are given the formulas. The volume of a cone is 1/3 times pi r squared h. So r is the radius and h is the perpendicular height, the height from the bottom to the top of the cone. And the curved surface area of the cone is pi rl, where l is the slanted height. So the height of the diagonal. That is only the curved surface area of a cone. So if we wanted the total surface area, we're going to have to add on the circle on the bottom. So the area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay, so we've got a cone with a radius of 5 centimeters and a perpendicular height of 10 centimeters. So r is 5, h is 10. Find the volume of the cone. That's going to be 1/3 pi times 5 squared times 10. So we can type this into the calculator. exactly how it looks. So 1/3 pi times 5 squared times 10. And we've got 250 over 3 pi. Or if we wanted a decimal, press the S to D button and we'll get 261.799 and so on. So 250 over 3 pi. And that's in centimeters cubed. Find the total surface area of the cone for part B. Now we haven't been given this L. We've only been given R and H. And we can work it out because they form a right angled triangle. So R is 5. H, the perpendicular height, is 10. And L is the diagonal here. So we can work it out using Pythagoras. And that says that 5 squared plus 10 squared equals L squared. So the two shorter sides squared added up equal the longer side squared. 5 squared plus 10 squared equals L squared. And 5 squared is 25. 10 squared is 100. So we've got 125 equals L squared. So L is going to be the square root of 125. We can type it into the calculator. It's not going to be a whole number. It's going to be a decimal, 11.18 and so on. But I'll leave that number in the calculator because I can use it from the calculator. So if I leave that for now, that's L. We're going to say it's square root 125. You can write down the decimal answer if you want, but it's in the calculator. The curved surface area is pi RL. So curved surface area is pi times R, which is 5, times L, which is the square root of 125. Or it'll be the answer button in our calculator. So it's pi times 5 times the answer, times our last answer, which is the square root of 125. So the curved surface area, I'm going to write as a decimal, so 175.62 and so on. That's the curved surface area. So we've also got a circle on the bottom. So if we add on the circle, the area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. So pi times 5 squared. And, well, 5 squared is 25. So that's 25 pi. So we need to add these two bits together. So our last answer plus 25 pi and we've got 254 centimeters squared to 3 significant figures, so or the nearest whole number. So total surface area of these two added together, which is 254 centimeters squared to either 3 significant figures or the nearest whole number. And there's another one of these, so another one of these cone questions. So give this one a go. A cone has a radius of 5 centimeters and a perpendicular height of 12 centimeters. So R is 5, H is 12. Find the volume of the cone. So that's 1/3 pi times 5 squared times 12. Just substituting into the formula, changing R into 5 and changing H into 12. I'm going to type this into the calculator. So 1/3 pi times 5 squared times 12, and that's 100 pi. So 100 pi, or 314.159, and so on. So 100 pi centimeters cubed. It's in volume, so it's centimeters cubed. Find the total surface area. Again, we don't know L, so the curved surface area is pi RL. We need to work out L using Pythagoras. So it's 5 radius. The perpendicular height is 12 this time. So we're working out the hypotenuse, longest length. So 5 squared plus 12 squared is going to equal L squared. 5 squared plus 12 squared is 169. So L is going to be square root 169, which is 13. So L is 13. So the curved surface area is pi times R times L, which is pi times 5 times 13. So in terms of pi, that's going to be 65 pi. So the curved surface area is 65 pi. We've also got a circle on the bottom. So the area of the circle is pi times the radius squared, pi times 5 squared, which is 25 pi. Which means the total surface area is 65 pi plus 25 pi, which is 90 pi. And its area, so it's in centimeters squared. Okay, this time we've been given the volume of a sphere and we need to work out the radius. So we're going backwards. The volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed, and the volume is 381.7. So we can say 381.7 is equal to 4/3 times pi r cubed. So we need to solve this, get r by itself. So if I get rid of the fraction first, multiply both sides by 3. So 381.7 times 3 will be 1145.1. So 1145.1 equals 4 pi r cubed. To get r cubed by itself, I can divide both sides by 4 pi. So answer over 4 pi. And so r cubed is 91.124 and so on. And then to get r by itself, I can cube root both sides. So I'm going to cube root both sides. And that's 4.4999. So we call that 4.5 centimeters. So to one decimal place, 4.5 centimeters. Find the surface area of the sphere. So we're going to use our r. So we can use the whole number if we like. We can use our r to find the surface area. So surface area is 4 pi times the radius, which is our last answer, squared. So we can do 4 pi times answer squared. And we get out an answer of 254 centimeters squared, and we'll give our answer to the nearest whole number. Okay, one of these for you to try. You've been given the surface area this time. So we've got a surface area of 72.4, and surface area is 4 pi r squared. So 72.4 equals 4 pi r squared. To get r by itself, or to get r squared by itself, let's divide both sides by 4 pi. So 72.4 divided by 4 pi is 5.76 and so on. So 5.76 is r squared. To get r by itself, we're going to square root. So square root the answer, and that is 2.4. So r is 2.4 centimeters. Find the volume. So the volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. So it's 4/3 times pi times r, which is our last answer, cubed. So we've got 57.9 centimeters cubed to 1 decimal place. And to finish up, we've got 2 questions here, so pause the video and give them a go. Question 1. We've got a sphere with a radius of 9 centimeters, and we need to find the volume and the surface area. We've got the formulas, so we're just substituting r into the formulas. So the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. R is 9, so it's 4/3 times pi times 9 cubed. And we just type that into the calculator. So 4/3 pi times 9 cubed, which is 972 pi. We could get a decimal answer if we wanted it, if we needed it, but we're going to leave it in terms of pi. So 972 pi. And it's in centimeters cubed because we measure volume in cubes. Part B, the surface area. So again, we've got the formula 4 pi r squared. So it's going to be 4 pi times 9 squared because r is 9. And we just type it in, 4 pi times 9 cubed, 9 squared. 4 pi times 9 squared, and that's 324 pi. And it is in centimeters squared. It's the area, so it's in centimeters squared. Question 2, we've got a cone. The radius is 6 centimeters, height is 8. Find the volume. So the volume is 1/3 pi r squared h. So 1/3 pi times r squared, which is 6, so 6 squared, times h, which is 8. So let's type that in the calculator. 1/3 pi times 6 squared times 8, which is 96 pi. Again, we could get a decimal answer if we press the S to D button, but we will leave it as 96 pi. So 96 pi centimeters cubed. And part B, the total surface area. So we're going to have the curved surface area plus the circle. And we need to work out L. So we know we've got a radius of 6, a height of 8, and we're going to use Pythagoras to find L. So we know 6 squared plus 8 squared is L squared. So 6 squared plus 8 squared is 100. So 100 is L squared, and square root both sides tells us L must be 10. So the curved surface area is pi RL. So pi times R, which is 6, times L, which is 10. So 6 tens are 60, so that's 60 pi for the curved surface area, plus the area of the circle, which is pi times the radius squared. 6 squared is 36, so 36 pi. So this is the curved surface area. This is the circle. So the total surface area is 60 pi plus 36 pi, which is 96 pi. And it's in centimeters squared because it's an area.